everyone, welcome into Vol Society Live on this Wednesday night. My name is David Morrison. I am the Vol Society lead analyst right here on the Vol Society Network. We've got a great show for you tonight. It's game week. Game day the night before the 2022 Tennessee Volunteers takes the field. A lot to talk about tonight. Got people already in the chat room. John saying, let's go. And I was not on the podcast this week. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. But we got a special surprise for you tonight. Since this is Christmas Eve for Vol fans, we got a special guest that decided to join us for a few moments. So, Vol fans everywhere across the Volunteer Nation and around the world, please welcome to Vol Society Live, the founder of Vol Society, Mr. Brad. Good evening, Brad. How are you doing?
I'm good, David. How you doing, buddy?
Doing fine. It is so good to finally see you back on Vol Society. Yeah, it's here, my friend.
We are less than 24 hours away from
absolutely
Tennessee football. Are you ready, buddy?
I am ready. I am so ready for tomorrow. Like I said, it feels like it's been a while since we've played in that bowl game, and we've talked about everything in college football and doing these shows, and now here we are. It's a new season, my friend.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, man, listen, just wanted to come on here real quick. You've been doing a great job running this Vol Society show on Wednesday nights. But, we've been doing this now 2 years, and I said, you know what, I finally need to show my face a little bit as your founder. Kind of let you guys know a little bit about me. I am your founder of Vol Society. You're going to hear probably my dogs barking in the background, so excuse me for that. But I started this thing about 2 years ago during COVID, just to kind of, it was a rough time for everyone at that point. And, and as an alum of Tennessee, I kind of want to give back any way I can. And I wanted to create something for the fans out there. So I said, you know what, man, I'm going to create a show, a platform, and we're going to kind of be a voice, a fan for the fan type show. So anyways, David, you've been doing an awesome job. We've been doing this 2 years now. And guys, I got to say thank you, man. Let's see, Facebook is already almost at 14,000 true volunteer followers. That's insane in 2 years. We've got our Twitter up to over 1,000 subscribers, followers. Our YouTube is at 1,000. I mean, we're like 16, 17,000, total followers all across our platform.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
and
thank
girls.
you, guys. We wouldn't be here without you guys. We have a lot of things going on this year. One thing in particular that I wanted to come on and talk to you guys about is our podcast. All right. Some of you on here have already listened to the podcast. Some of you might not have a clue what the podcast is about, but listen, if you're not listening to this podcast, you better get on it right now. All right. Look on right here. David's got it scrolling, guys. Listen, we're dropping a podcast each week. It's myself, it's Morrison, and it's my other buddy, David Dees. I'm calling these guys the Dees, or excuse me, the
Davids.
I get that confused.
I'm not a Dees. I'm not Hunter.
The Davids. They're not brothers. So the Davids. And guys, the show's awesome. We just released episode number 2. We want to hear from you. We're giving a shout out to all of our fans. If you want to be featured on next week's episode and going forward, look, read right here. It's real simple, guys. Right now, comment on these videos that David's doing and put the hashtag Gort Podcast. David, what is Gort? What does that mean?
Good old Rocky Talk.
And that's talk. Not talk.
Not talk. Talk. We love talk, but it's talk.
Talk. T-A-L-K talk. All right. So put the hashtag, followed by your question, and then also where are you from? We're not trying to stalk you or anything like that, but we want to give you guys a shout out. Okay. So I expect to see a lot of comments tonight from all of our fans. Leave a comment. Let us know. Leave a question, and we're going to answer them next week on the podcast. Again, guys, you can follow us on the podcast. We're on Apple. Where else are we at, David? We're on Apple. We're on Amazon.
We're on Spotify, Amazon. And we just launched the first 2 episodes on our YouTube channel. So if you're browsing around YouTube, you can find us right there on our YouTube channel along with, obviously, our Wednesday night show.
That's right, guys. The podcast is awesome. I can't even describe like how many downloads we've had already. We've done literally no marketing to this at all, and we're getting people from all over listening and leaving great reviews. So, gosh, I mean, that makes us feel good. So we're going to keep doing this each week before each ball game. And I'm going to tell you, man, why am I doing it this year? Why did we decide to do it this year? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not feeling the hype, you should be, because we're going to be legit this year. Okay. Look at that shirt. Look at that shirt. Come on. Woo. We're going to be legit this year. We say it every year. I know the traditional ball will say, this is our year every year. I get it.
Yeah.
For once, I feel so good about this. Our leaders have done something right finally. We finally have good leadership, first of all. Chancellor Donde Plowman, we love you. You're amazing.
Yes.
I wish you were there when I was a student at UTK. Unbelievable leadership. Randy Boyd, president, love you, man. This guy's incredible as well. It all starts at the top, guys. You got to have good leaders, and everything else falls into place. Danny White, God, love that man. This guy is fantastic. Look what he's done in our school. Our sports programs, just all across the board. You know, we're relevant again. All right. So, and then Josh Heupel, I can't say enough about this guy. The guy gets 7 wins in his first year, came into a disaster under, I won't say the guy's name because we don't speak of the last coach or the last coach or the last coach. We don't speak of them because they were, I'm going to be nice on this show. But let's just say, they're not worthy to be mentioned on our show. Okay. But Josh Heupel's got it together, guys. Which leads me, David, to my next little topic I want to discuss with you. And then I'm going to get off here. I'm going to let you do your show, okay?
All right.
We have Ball State in less than 24 hours, all right?
Yes,
First
sir.
of all, if you're not excited, you should be, because this is we're here. We're back. We're back, man. But let's talk about Ball State real quick.
Okay.
Prediction. What do you got, David? I want to hear it.
My prediction for tomorrow night is Tennessee 52, Ball State 10. I think this is going to be a blowout.
Interesting.
We're going with it. We're on the rock.
Well, you read my mind. If you don't know by now, I have my own rock. Who's ready to see Bradley's prediction?
Go right ahead. 52-6. There it is. 52-6. That's what our founder Brad is saying. I'm going 52-10.
We're very close, David. Look at that. Great minds, buddy.
We are very close indeed. I'm
I don't see a touchdown at all. I don't see Ball State getting a touchdown. They're only getting field goals, if that. That's how confident I am. Okay.
It's gonna be a lot of fun tomorrow night. I can't wait to see Neyland Stadium. I saw like I said, we've been seeing the renovations throughout the last months, and now seeing the final touches. They had a video, I think 24/7 Sports either today or yesterday. Dude, that new Jumbotron in the north end zone with the standing room only, it pops. It looks fantastic.
It's great, man. It's great. It's
and
great.
then the Vols letters look beautiful. And you're the one. I will just go ahead and tell this a little behind the scenes here. Brad's the one on our Facebook page. He didn't take the picture, but he shared the picture of the Vols letters with the sunset and everything. That picture got shared over 1,200 times on our Facebook page. Thank you, everybody, for sharing that. That is unbelievable.
So what I did is someone, and I don't know who to give the credit to. I found it on Twitter. It didn't have a person like it was retweeted with no. It didn't have anyone on there for the credit for the photo, but I took that photo and it was actually not that as good. I do have some photo editing software and stuff, so I took that, put it in an editor, and kind of brightened it up a little bit and made it stand out. And man, you're right, David. I can't believe I knew it would get some likes, but I didn't know it would get shared that many times. So that's awesome, man.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I love that photo. Like even even looking out where the Smoky Mountains is, and it is smoky. I mean, to me, that's a picturesque of East Tennessee right there, especially Knoxville with the Smoky Mountains. You see the bridge going across the Tennessee River, then the beautiful, of course, we have beautiful sunsets and sun.
The only thing we're missing is a little John Ward, man.
I know it. R.I.P. John Ward. We miss you every day.
No, sir-ree.
There we go.
Pandemonium reigns.
Absolutely. I can't wait to. I'm excited about this season, Brad. I'm ready to make some new memories, some great memories. Hopefully, I think this is gonna be a fun year. Like I said, starts tomorrow night with Ball State, and then we're gonna roll on throughout the fall. Like I said, I know Tennessee fans are all excited about it. I mean,
Yeah.
unless
What's
you're
up, Bill Bunn? What's up, Bill Bunn? I don't know a Bill. Do you know a Bill Bunn personally?
No, I don't. He just commented. He's in Chicago right now. He said he's moving to Naples,
Bill
Florida.
Bunn.
Really
Shout
soon.
out to Bill Bunn. I'm looking at these comments here, and I got to give you a shout out, buddy. First of all, let's see here. Chicago, 77 grad. Love it, man. I'm a 2010 grad.
Okay.
Moving to Naples. I love Naples. I had an uncle who lived there for many years. He just moved back to Tennessee. Naples, you're going to love it. Awesome. Let's see. So true. Leadership starts at the top. Boom. I love this guy already. Bill, you're awesome. I have us 45-10. Boom. I like that. Awesome pick. Yeah. Thank you, Bill. Let's see. What else? Heck yeah, man. When can I get on the show? Who's that?
That's
Paul Jones?
Well, yeah, I know Paul.
We'll get you on the show, Paul. And John B. John B.
Yes. He signed it. He started chatting right as soon as we went
live.
Let
me tell you right now. You can't see it in my background here, but I also have a degree in sound design, audio technology. I'm a musician, all that good stuff. I love to produce. You know where that started from?
That started from Mr. B.
Well, it started from my mom first.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
She's a music gal, pianist.
Yeah, that's true.
But let me tell you something right now. When I go to school and I learn from the legend himself, John B.
Yes.
This guy instilled everything I know today.
Absolutely. Right? He was my band teacher for 6 years at Athens Junior High and
All the boroughs are. All the boroughs are. I'll just say this: his whole family, kids and all, they are musical prodigies. They can play. I mean, this is what it's all about, and and that's why I have a passion for the Pride of the Southland Band. If you're not a fan of the Pride of the Southland Band, get off this channel. All right,
yeah,
get off this channel. They make it, man.
Right.
They're the ones that's out there first. They get the momentum going for us. When that tee opens, guys, it's over. All right, it's over. So yeah, John, good to see you as well. When we wake up tomorrow, it's football season. God, I can't wait, man.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Watching us tonight, him and Paul watching us tonight in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee, down in the heart of Bradley County. Been there, man. Been there many a times.
Love you too, John. John's awesome, man. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah.
Anyone, all of our fans listening right now, he's one of a kind.
Yeah.
Been in education for a long time, and like I said, I don't know a better family than the Burrows. So
yeah.
Shout out. Bobby Douglas. Hey man, thanks for joining in tonight.
Yeah. Shout out to my grandparents. They watch each and every week in Riceville, Tennessee.
Hey guys. Thank you guys. I know you guys follow every week. So thank you for that. And Bobby, hey man, we're excited as well. 35-0 blowout. Bobby, I love the blowout. We're putting more than 35, man. We averaged, David, how many did we average last season?
Oh, it was
I can tell you,
about 40.
Just shy of 40.
Yeah, let's see here. I got it.
Ball State, we're north of 35, man.
Just a point under 40, 39.3, which was seventh in the nation last year.
Seventh in the nation. Let me tell you, man, we're putting. I mean, it's possible we go in the 60s, if not more. Depends on what Heupel's really trying to do. I do think he's going to play a lot of the backups, which takes me to my next point, David. We've talked about this main difference real quick. And by the way, guys, if you want to hear all this information, what we're kind of going over right now, you better check out the podcast. Good old Rocky. It's not old. It's old. O-L. Rocky Talk. T-A-L-K. Go find it now. We answer all these questions. But David, the biggest difference from last year's team to this year's team, what is it? Number one.
All right. Like I said, I think I agree with y'all on the podcast listening. I think depth is a big thing. A lot more confidence. And if I was on, and the other thing for me is the familiarity with the coaching staff. Every year you hear programs losing coordinators, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. We only lost one coach, and that was Cody Burns, who our wide receiver coach, left and went to, I think, the New Orleans Saints. Yeah. And then we brought Kelsey Pope in, who was already on the staff as another assistant coach, and they just moved him wide receiver coach. And it seems like the players are very happy that he accepted that position. So you didn't lose your OC, you didn't lose your D coordinator.
Yeah.
You didn't lose any major position coach, except for a wide receiver coach, and then maybe a couple of grad assistants. I mean, familiarity and just
Yeah.
team chemistry. That's what I'm excited about too. Um, Hendon Hooker year 2 in Alex Golich's and Josh Heupel's offense. And like I said, he's the man now. We were talking about Joe Milton last year going into Bowling Green. I mean, all due respect to Joe, he's still on the team, but this is Hendon Hooker's team. He's driving the bus right now. I mean, I call him the maestro. I mean, he's to continue the musical terms here. I mean, he directs this offense, and excited to see what he's going to do, and just the emergence of the players. Wide receiver Cedric Tillman coming off a 1,000-yard receiving season. Can't wait to see what he can do. The running backs.
Let's talk about. Hey, you mentioned Cedric Tillman though. Let's talk about the big news last week real quick. Again,
yes,
this is on the podcast. Get on it, guys. Bru McCoy eligible.
Absolutely.
Hey, I know a lot of people are skeptical, but let me tell you, this is big news for Tennessee. Take this to the bank. All right. We know Cedric Tillman's good. He's the best we got. He was a stud last year. But what's going to happen this year, David? He's going to be double teamed a lot this year because he's that good.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You need people to throw to besides him who's going to make an impact. Bru McCoy, 5-star. This guy's going to come in and be a beast for us.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to us, too. Like I said, coming from USC, he's a former 5-star wide receiver. I mean, like even 2-3 years ago, we would probably never even heard of Bru McCoy, and it just shows how much Josh Heupel has implemented this offense, how much a buzz is coming out of Knoxville. I mean, and also, you have some USC connections with Chase McGrath,
right?
Caleb Trimley from last year, Velus Jones Jr. So I'm sure, being a former teammate of theirs, they probably say, "Hey, this is for these guys for real." Velus now in the NFL, and Trimley had a great final year. I mean, so it's really doing a whirlwind just to bring him in, and I'm excited to see what he can contribute right out of the gate. I said,
absolutely.
I said, I think he's starting tomorrow night with Tillman and Hyatt.
I totally think he's starting. Totally,
yes.
Absolutely. Hey, Bill Bunn, let's see your comment. Hendon Hooker is a leader. He's hungry for this whole team to be successful, in my opinion. Hey, you're right. You're absolutely right. Let me ask you a question, Bill Bunn, and get back to us on here. Is Hendon Hooker, do you think he has a chance at the Heisman this year? Yes or no? I want to hear your answer. Let's see. Matthew, who we got here?
Pastor Scott's in the house.
Who's that? Who's this?
That's my new pastor, Pastor Scott.
Pastor Scott? Who's his Packet?
Yep, Packet.
Pastor Scott.
Giving a shout out to Mr. B. He knows him very well.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Well, welcome. Glad to have you here, man.
Yep.
And then we got Matthew. Let's go Big Orange. Can't wait to sing some Rocky Top tomorrow in New York, upstate. Let's go.
Shout out.
Fan in New York, upstate. Come on now. Go.
There's Vol fans everywhere, Brad.
They're all over, baby. Best fans in the world. I'm telling you. Hey, I've lived in Los Angeles. I'm now in Charlotte. People, they don't understand what a Vol fan is. I'm telling you. They don't understand. They don't understand. They're the best. Let's see. Paul, he had a chance last year, even starting so late. Yeah, that's true. Bryce Young didn't deserve it. Yeah.
I agree. Will Anderson should have won it.
I agree with that.
But
I got a question for you, David. Let's have some fun tonight, man.
Let's do it.
I mean, I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
I'm having blast.
Come on.
Let's go.
You got a good following. We got a lot of people talking. Come on, guys. Get the chat room going.
Let's do it. We got great viewership.
We got good viewership. I should see questions going left and right. Come on, let's go. Think of them right now and put them on here. David, here's my next question, and you guys can answer this too. You ready for this?
Let's go.
All right, we know Tennessee's going to score first tomorrow.
Right.
That's happening. Now, here's the question. Who's going to score first and how?
I'm going to go with Jalen Hyatt. I think he's going to line up in the slot, and I think it's going to be a 15-yard touchdown pass right over the middle, uncovered.
Okay.
Hendon Hooker to Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt gets the first. Give him 6 of 2022.
Okay. You heard it here, guys.
Yeah.
And we'll find out next Wednesday. We're going to see who's got bragging rights on that. So you're going Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah.
All right. Who do
Uh,
you think I'm going with? If
Who'd you say? You
you
said
remember?
Jabari Small, right?
Yep. Jabari Small inside the 20.
Inside the 20. Okay.
That's down.
Yeah. Bobby's got a question. He's talking about why did the Georgia game get moved a whole month further. I think it had to do with Georgia, or excuse me, Georgia and Auburn, or mainly Auburn. Let me clarify. Auburn was playing like Georgia and Alabama back to back. So Auburn was like, hey, we don't want to play the Iron Bowl and then the Deep South Soldiers rival back to back. So they kind of moved our schedule or moved that Georgia game, which is normally like the first week in October, to November to kind of help Auburn out. That's kind of what I heard. I know it's kind of a silly answer, but that's kind of what's kind of the reason that they moved our game to late November.
Yep. Man, I'm loving this, guys. You guys are listening. You're asking questions. Keep them coming, please. Keep them coming. Come on, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
We got Scott Hackett. I like this. Is our defense going to be better this year? David, are they going to be better this year?
I think they can be better. I feel confident in our defensive line. Ronnie Gardner, the best D-line coach in the nation. He really brings his players to play hard each and every week. And I love his quote. Yeah. He's like, he didn't come to Tennessee to go 7-6. He's come to win championships.
Absolutely.
I really like that. I love our linebacking core. Jeremy Banks. He's been on the team for a long time. Yes. I think he's a great leader.
He'll do well.
Yeah, he can do well.
Talk about where we're going to be beasts at. What I really believe. You're talking about the linebackers here, but who's over here on the ends here? Talk about those ends.
Those edge rushers, Byron Young. Woo! Me and Brad's going to be our impact player of the year right here,
yes,
breakout player.
He is.
I love Byron Young. I love his story. Definitely check out that first episode of the podcast of his story.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible what he just where he's come from to where he is now.
You want to hear the story behind Byron Young? Go to our podcast, guys. We're not going to tell it on here. We need more people on our podcast. Yeah. Come on, guys. Share the podcast. Subscribe. Do whatever you got to do. Mm-hmm. We're doing it each week before the games, and you're going to love his story. You're going to love Byron Young even more once you hear the podcast. I mean, his story is insane. It's unbelievable. It really
absolutely
is. So we're going to be good. Are we going to be better? So the question is, are we going to be better than last year on defense? We are.
I think so. Yes.
We are. And again, it all goes back, Morrison, to depth. We did not have the depth last year. We have it this year. It's not 100% where we need to be, but we have better depth, and that's going to play a crucial. If we had the same depth we have this year, last year, that 7 wins ends up being more like 8 or 9. I mean it.
Yeah.
I mean it.
I think
this year, let's do this now. It's a good time. David, what are you going with this year? How many wins?
I'm going 9-3 on the year. I said, I think
that's solid. And I agree. That's a good prediction. Mm-hmm. It's a good prediction. That's what probably a lot of people are picking us to get to 8 wins. And some are optimistic going with the 9. Guys, you're going to call me crazy, and I might be crazy. And you can call me crazy at the end of the year. I don't care. It's all good. But here's what I'm going with. We're getting 10 wins this year. I'm crazy, I know. But guess what? And here's the other thing. It's not going to be who you think it is. It's not going to be Alabama and Georgia. It is going to be Alabama because they're on another level. Okay? But who's that other one going to be? David, who is it?
Your other loss was to LSU.
Bingo. We're a better team than LSU, but I'm going to tell you, we all have a bad week. All right? We all have a bad week. I just think LSU, especially if it's a night game. Hey, guys, that's not an easy place to play.
Yeah.
All right?
Colin Baton Rouge is going to be blasting.
For whatever reason, something's in my head, and I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But for some reason, I think we're going to go down there, and that's going to be the loss we get. And I'll tell you another one, South Carolina. I'm going to go to the South Carolina game. I'm in Charlotte, so it's only about an hour and a half from me.
Yeah.
But that's another one, to watch out for.
Yeah.
They'll play us tough.
It's going to be interesting to see where South Carolina is by this point of the year because we get them the last week before Vanderbilt. So, like I said, it just depends on if they're fighting for a bowl game or if they're already over that 6-win plateau. it's going to be tough, and just to see how Spencer Rattler does at quarterback for the Gamecocks. Like I said, are we seeing the Spencer Rattler from 2 years ago, or are we seeing the Spencer Rattler from last year? Just kind of, it all depends on what we're going to get out of that.
Yeah. Let's look at some of these questions real quick. Man, you guys are crushing it tonight. Come on. Woo!
Let's go.
Keep these questions going, guys. This is the best I've ever seen it. This is unreal, Morrison.
Yeah.
Let's see. I will let Bill said I'm going to let people know about the podcast. Bill, we love you. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Bill also said I took over
Las Vegas, I think is what I meant.
in the Las Vegas. Yep, cool. And then John Burroughs, hard to win in Baton Rouge. It's so hard to win there, dude. It's so hard.
One of the most rowdiest atmospheres. Yeah. I mean, in a good way.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And then Matthew, I love your comment because you know what? It's hey man, facts don't lie, man. You're right. We don't have. I love this. We don't have bad weeks. This is according to Matthew. We have horrible fourth quarters. Woo! Amen. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Guys, I'm telling you, you're right. You're right. You're right. History would show that is correct. I think this year is going to be a little different, though. Oh, God bless. I hope it is.
Yeah. Bobby's he's in Middle Georgia watching us tonight. Really needs us to beat Georgia.
Bill, that's awesome. You're going to be at the LSU game. That's cool, man. Maybe you could. What I'd love for you to do, man, is take some pictures, videos, whatever. Maybe you could share them on our Vol Society page.
I think he just said he's going to Pitt a week from Saturday.
Dude, Bill,
traveling.
Oh, how do I hang out with you, Bill?
He's like Josh Pate. He goes everywhere.
Bill, man, come on.
Yeah.
Bobby Douglas, I live in Middle Georgia, and I really need us to beat Georgia. God, Bobby, bless your heart, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't live there, especially when we're playing Georgia. That's a tough one, man. But I'm going to tell you, Bobby, this is for you, all right? So, as I just said, I think I truly stand by this. I think we're going to beat Georgia. I think that's going to be our big win this year. I really do. And the reason why Georgia lost a lot of players, okay? They have a great coach. They're still going to be good. They're relevant, no question. But they lost a lot of players. And, and we played them tough. We usually play them pretty tough.
Crazy things have happened down there in Athens.
Juwan Jennings. Anyway, so that's when I threw my phone across her. That's a viral video, by the way, if you want to go on our YouTube. I was live. My wife was recording that when Juwan Jennings caught that. I went so crazy. I grabbed my phone and just threw it across the room. Didn't even know.
Trey, you there?
I know. It was crazy. And then there was another video with Kentucky where I went on Barstool Sports. They shared it, and they made fun of me, but that's okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
Also going to the Pitt game, Bill. That's awesome. God, you're
Matthew. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Matthew said we will beat Pitt next week.
No, he said, will we beat Pitt next week?
Oh, will we beat Pitt?
Okay. So Matthew, it's a good question. David, let's talk about this real quick.
Okay.
Again, Matthew, if you're not on our podcast, you need to go to it because we talk in depth about this game. We actually had a segment on our podcast last week where we said, what's the most important game of the year? Now, everyone, if I took a poll right now, everyone would say probably Florida. Mm-hmm. And that's mostly and that's Morrison too. And that's mostly because why?
I mean, we haven't beaten them since 2016, and
that's true. That's true.
And it's at home. They got a new head coach. Billy Napier comes from Louisiana Lafayette. We already went through the 1 year new head coach last year. We got more talent than Florida. I mean, yes, last year they beat us pretty badly in the Swamp, but this is when still Florida was kind of in the top 15, and then they just took a major nosedive after that LSU game, and then Dan Mullen is now at ESPN and not in Gainesville, and here comes Billy Napier. It seems like the Florida fans are still kind of don't know much about Billy Napier. He done some kind of wild stuff in the offseason, nothing illegal, just says some crazy stuff. So it's going to be very interesting. They got a tough game.
Well, they have more staff than they do players. If you saw the picture,
I know. Goodness gracious,
that's a strategy to win this year for whatever reason. I don't know if that'll work for them, but anyway, guys. The real reason why most people are picking that Florida game is the most important. I want to be honest. What you said, David, is 100% true. All those things are accurate. We're better than them. We should beat them, and in my opinion, we're definitely going to beat them this year. But let's be real. Most people, if I took a poll right now, they're picking that game because let's be real, we hate Florida.
Yeah.
We hate the Gators.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're terrible. They're bad fans. I can't even. Anyways, that's the number one reason. But I'm going to tell you this right now, David. Do you agree or not? In terms of most important wins, I honestly put that Pitt game so high up that it's unbelievable. And I'll tell you why. It doesn't matter that it's not a conference game. Okay. What matters is the momentum going into the rest of the season. They beat us last year. They should not have beat us last year.
Yeah.
If we had established Hendon Hooker as our starting quarterback,
Uh-huh.
we played him later in the year, just like Florida, we'd have crushed them. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Crushed them.
And Hendon Hooker's already played him 3 other times when he's at Virginia Tech.
Yeah. So this game, in my opinion, is one of the most important games of Heupel's of the year for Heupel. I really believe that because it's not do or die. If you lose the game, whatever, it can still be saved by beating Florida and having a good year. However, man, I'm telling you, if you go and actually revenge yourselves, get that win.
Mm-hmm.
Look at our schedule the rest of the year. Our schedule actually looks fantastic. It sets up well to be very successful this year.
Yeah.
And I just think that's why that game is so crucial for us to win. Because we have a chance to be, what is it? Going into Florida, we could be what? Is it 4-0?
4-0. After the Florida game, we'll be 4-0. Yeah.
Do you realize how insane that is? If we go into Florida 4-0, first of all, that game.
We would be 4-0 after Florida.
After Florida, yeah.
Yeah, we go in the bye week. We go in the bye week.
Into what's after Florida?
We get a bye week, then LSU.
Then LSU. Imagine if we win that game. And then what's next?
The Crimson Tide come in to Knoxville third Saturday in October.
If we were undefeated going into Bama, mark my word. Write it down on a piece of paper, guys. You heard it here. Game day is in Knoxville. It's the biggest game of the week.
Yes.
And that's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah. I could totally see it. I mean, like I said, I know Paul was asking earlier. He said, do you think Utah State, the way they played last week against Bama, you'd love to see them get the first game season loss? I know what you mean, Paul, but they struggled against UConn in the first half. I think Alabama's got a very easy road. I think they're going to go into Austin and probably destroy Texas. I'm not buying the Longhorns. I know I got family down in Texas, but I'm just not buying this team. Bama's got an easy road to get to undefeated. Ours is a little more challenging, but it is possible.
It's doable.
It's doable. I mean, 5-0. You got, I think both be 5-0. I mean, it's at home. If you thought the Ole Miss game was crazy last year,
you've seen nothing. You haven't seen
nothing.
Forget the golf ball and the mustard bottles. That was just a clown show, is what that was. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't a great environment. I wasn't there. I'm sure it was electric, but let's be real, man. This is a big deal if that happens. This is a major deal. Okay,
this is everybody wants to go back to the old days of the good times. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're like I said, you'll have game day there. I surely believe it will be there. I mean, a lot of national media attention will be focused on that game.
No question.
I mean, the SEC is the best conference in college football. All eyes will be on it, whether it be on CBS or I'm sure CBS will have to get that game.
Let's go to Paul real quick. He said, "What about Vandy scoring 60 points? Who's Vanderbilt? They still have a football team?"
That's what I've heard. Apparently, I don't know. No, Hawaii's very terrible. That's my answer.
Yeah, don't listen to the coach when he says whoever it was that said that they're relevant and they're back, they're winning national championship.
Yeah,
no, they're not. No. All right, let's move on. That's all the time that Vandy deserves. Bless their hearts.
Little brother.
Yeah. What about Vandy? Let's see, 2016. Man, look at all these comments, Morrison.
Yeah, we're going at Scott says we will beat Pitt. His Pickett's now with my Steelers. Yeah, I think so. Bobby says he hates Georgia more than Florida. I can see living down there. You probably get it a lot more.
I would too.
Kevin
Huckabee. Let me tell you about Kevin. I got to give a shout out to Kevin. Kevin Huckabee. I think that's how you say it. Huckabee. From, if I'm not mistaken, Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Yes.
Sent a question last week.
Never met the guy in person, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if I had to say who's our number one fan so far, on Vol Society. It's Kevin, man. This guy's been a loyal fan. He's already on the podcast. He's left us a review. We actually answered one of your questions and gave you a shout out on episode 2, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you had a chance to listen to that. But anyways, thank you, man. Thank you for listening and just following us, man. It really means everything to us. So I appreciate it, bud.
Yeah. And he just already sent a question for next week, so we'll answer yours, Kevin, for the podcast. Yeah, folks, if you want to just did what if you're watching on the chat, that hashtag Gord Podcast. If you want a question for the podcast next week, make sure you use Gord Podcasts. So, like I said, we can answer it next week, and then we're not stupid enough just to answer right there. So, you're Miss K is in the house.
Look at that. Who's that? Who's K Frank? Never heard of her.
I'm not sure.
Should I block her? Because I don't want just random people in here. Shout out to K Frank. That's my mother, everyone. So be on your best behavior.
Yeah, she is our Vol Society mom.
Oh,
absolutely. Speaking of blocking people, I had to finally block that guy who went after Leonard Little today. So, kept going
hey guys, this will show you how much traction we're getting on Vol Society. First of all, we've had like people such as Peerless Price on our Twitter, repost, retweet, whatever you call it. We've had, who else is on there? We've got Eric Ainge on there. We've got Troy Fleming, who's on there doing stuff with us.
Former Lady Vol, Ace Clement, reposted our post the night of the Tamika Catchings documentary. She reshared our post. Let me clarify that.
Yeah, and then today, guys, listen, we're not going to talk about personal life and all that stuff. That's not what this show's about. It's about VFLs, okay, and in Tennessee and what they've meant to what their impact on the University of Tennessee. And David Morrison did, our countdown. One day left, and one of those was Leonard Little.
Yes.
As a player, man, I'm telling you, that's all we want to talk about. As a player, this dude was dominant. And I loved this guy. When I was young, man, I looked up to this guy. This guy was a beast. I always liked this little neck, that little black, neck guard thing he had. He looked like a beast.
Yes.
Woo! Anyways, long story short, he shared that photo today, and we had Leonard Little himself in there messaging and talking and all that. So, anyways, we're getting a lot of traction from VFLs.
Yeah,
like, we're growing, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it really we were kind of fanning out too, even though it was kind of a sticky situation. A fan was kind of calling out for his pass, and I'll just say this about Leonard Little. We're embracing the VFLs for what they did on the field. If we didn't feel comfortable posting that, we would have not done that. I truly believe Leonard Little has turned his life around for what he's done.
Yeah,
he's giving back to his community. We do research on some of these players because I don't want we're embracing somebody that's a negative influence in, at the University of Tennessee. I truly believe everybody that we post have always had a positive influence, not only on the football field, but some of them even off the field. Yes, we all know what he done in the past, but I truly believe Leonard Little has cleared of all those. It seems like he's a great dude. I'm happy that he commented on our page, even though he got into it with one of our fans, but that fan's not with us anymore. And like I said, we want to keep it positive
here. We're not going to put up with that stuff.
Yeah,
all right, guys.
We want to be
debates, and that's not us, man. We're here to have a good time, talk about Tennessee football, and whether you're religious or not. When it comes down to it, John 8:7. David, do you know it? Should I tell you? John 8:7. He is without sin. Let him first
sin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get out of here, man. Come on.
Yep.
We don't have time for that trash.
Yep.
So, anyways, let's move on. But Leonard Little was on Vol Society today. That's crazy. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Even Pastor Scott said he met T. Martin at a Braves game last year. Heck of a nice guy. That's awesome. I've never. Yeah, I never, believe it or not, I never met T. Martin. I mean, when he was on the coaching staff, I've seen him with the Vol Walk. You know who T. Martin's wife is?
I feel like I should know this.
You remember the Tamina? I do wonder if you feel the same way. Yeah, I do.
Oh, it's her.
That's her.
Look at that, man.
That's T. Martin's wife. One hit wonder from our high school days.
Paul Jones, what are the chances of us getting Peyton Manning on the podcast?
About $10 million.
Well, if I had 10 mil right now to give him to come on for a 5-minute segment, that the chances would be very high. But I'm about 10 million shy of 10 million. So
Yeah.
I'll let you know when that happens. Hey, I will say this though, man. Don't never say never. We'll see what happens. I just got his brother's autograph in football right here.
Yeah.
Right there. I just won that at a golf tournament. Eli Manning. Go Mannings.
Yeah.
One of the Mannings. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Will you guys be doing a lot live? Will you guys be live during the game tomorrow? We'll be doing updates. I don't plan on it, but we're very active during the game. Let's put it that way. So if something big happens, you're going to see comments and all that going on, some posts like that. So unless Morrison's planning on a live show,
probably not. I think I'm going to my parents to watch it tomorrow night, and it's just I don't have the proper equipment set up. Saturday, if like I said, the reason I wasn't on the podcast, I got a very busy week at work. Not going to go personal with that. But if everything comes across, I want to do what we call brunch with the Big Orange. So if everything works out, Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, an hour before kickoff, we're going to just have a talk about the Tennessee game on Thursday, and then like preview some of the days, the upcoming action throughout that Saturday. If I don't get it on that Saturday morning, we may have to do supper with the Big Orange. So we'll have to see. I will do a special live stream sometime Saturday. I want to do it Saturday morning, but I can't make that promise right now. But stay tuned on Vol Society. We'll do a special Saturday live stream of Vol Society coming up. Did you top that? How about the Kessling autograph?
Oh, I think it says Vol Society, so it must have been D's.
Oh, I see now what you're talking about.
It must have been D's trying to play a joke here. How about that Kessling autograph photo? You like that? Where's it at? Right here?
Right over
there. Kessling, baby.
Yep. I know.
I
got the split screen on, but I've got I got Eric Ainge, Heath Schuler, Phil Farmer, Al Wilson, Jot McClendon, Brittany Jackson's across the room here.
Yeah.
So that's my autograph collection.
Of course, I got my Phil Fulmer up there.
He
was head coach, not athletic director. All right.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. Both.
Yeah.
And the legendary Pat Summit. Come on, man.
Yeah. That's a goat. The goat.
That's a goat right there, man. So very happy about that.
Bill says he's going to watch the game tomorrow at the Chicago Alumni Watch Party. Awesome. Going to watch it in the Windy City tomorrow night.
Watch the Chicago Alum Watch Party. That's awesome, Bill.
Yeah. I've only been to Chicago once. I went 5 years ago to watch the Cubs play.
Chicago's cool. See, I haven't done that. I want to do that. I got to go to a Cubs game.
Yeah, that was my 30th birthday present. I went to Chicago. Went to watch. Went to watch believe it or not, the Cubs at the time they were still called the Indians, Cleveland Indians. The year before they met in the World Series. So happened I was there that day and ate some deep dish pizza. So I couldn't finish it. It's not Gondolier pizza here in Athens, but it was good.
I need more questions, guys. Where are they at? Come on, there's one. There's Paul. Come on, guys. More questions. We got a few more minutes.
Mom's wondering where's her pick.
I'll go back.
Did Pat Head Summit's son ever play for Tennessee, or did he just go to school there? Yeah, he played. He never really started. He was just kind of a reserve. And then
did he help coach or anything there? Or
well, yeah, he did help coach, and then he ended up getting the head coaching job at Louisiana Tech, and a bad situation happened down there.
Yeah, there was some bad stuff going on there.
You can throw that in your Google machine, read all about that. Bobby says, nice meeting you guys. I look forward to the podcast. I got to get up early for it. Thank you for tuning in, Bobby. Have a good night.
Man. Love you, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Come back, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. Keep these questions coming. Like I said, I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, I'll go ahead and give you my sports team since y'all talked about your sports teams on the podcast. So as far as
we had tell them set it up. So we had a question on our podcast. People wanted to know what other teams do we root for besides the Vols? Go for
Yeah.
it.
So I am a Tennessee Titans fan. So we all have 3 different NFL franchises we root for. NBA, I've hopped around the NBA bandwagon from my childhood into adulthood. Now I'm a Memphis Grizzlies fan. Baseball, I'm an Atlanta Braves fan, just like D's. And then I'm probably the only one that kind of watches NHL hockey, so I'm a Nashville Predators fan. So a lot of the Tennessee teams I follow along, and along with the Braves. So that's kind of my thing. Also like minor league baseball, so I have an opportunity to where I am to go see either the Chattanooga Lookouts or the Tennessee Smokies. So that's kind of my interest there.
Cool. I like it, man.
John says, so we know we got dual threat receivers now. What about the running back position? We got a little bit of depth at running back.
Tell them about some of that. Well, first of all, Jabari Small.
Mm-hmm.
Duh, he's definitely one of them. And the thing I like about Jabari Small this year, Morrison, is from what I'm hearing, they've put about 10, maybe 12, close to 15 pounds on him.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
Yes.
Which is good. I don't know what they have him listed as now, but he's bigger than what he was last year, so I think that's going to be an advantage. Don't you miss the days of like when running backs were just straight up knocking the head like a Jamal Lewis?
Yeah.
Or Travis Henry.
I know. I do miss that.
Gosh, I miss those.
As a Titans fan, I'm even though he's an Alabama player, but having Derrick Henry is definitely a throwback, and I enjoy watching him on Sundays. And it's just
where are those guys at anymore? Come on, man.
I know it. I don't know.
Why is the game changing? Like I want hard-nosed football again. Do you remember the days of Travis Henry and Jamal Lewis, Travis Stevens? These dudes would just they wouldn't try to juke you. They would just be like, all right, you're going to tackle me. I'm going to throw my head into you and knock you over.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the skinny jeans or if it's the
skinny jeans, baby.
Skinny jeans.
It's the skinny jeans, man. Anyways, so yeah, Jabari Small is going to be there. David, who else you got, man?
You got Jalen Wright coming off a great freshman season. I think he'll be the backup. We got a couple freshmen also behind them: Justin Williams-Thomas and Dylan Sampson. Hearing a lot of good stuff.
So
from
Sampson,
them,
I've heard a lot of good stuff about him as a freshman. I think he actually will get playing time.
Yeah,
he'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait. See, Scott says I've heard this story from Scott personally. I got bear hugged by Jamal Lewis on the field '98 when we beat Florida. So that
how many ribs did he break?
Exactly. Paul got to take so Paul who drives I think the Cleveland High School band. He lives in Cleveland. He works for the city schools, driving the bus, and he said he got to take the football team to Farragut. You're going to take the football team into Farragut in 2 weeks. Hope to see some Vol players make an appearance. There's a lot of Vol players that live in the Farragut area. Yeah, possibly. I'm trying to remember. I think most of I know Trevor Duncan is on Knott's Catholic. I'm trying to remember who else was on Farragut. Jacob Warren, I know, played for Farragut High. So you never know. You never know who may show up around that area.
Yeah.
Scott said I wasn't too excited. Or I was too excited, didn't feel it. Okay.
I can totally believe that. That's one of the craziest things. People were out there after that game, and when they beat Florida, people were literally out there on their hands and knees, like digging up the turf just to take it home with them.
I know it. It's unreal.
Psychotic behavior. But you know what? I'd have done the same thing. I'd have been ripping the bushes out. I've been ripping with my bare hands, but like, you're coming home with me, baby.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't. I mean, we were what, 13, 14 at that time. So
I'll never forget it.
Yeah, I mean,
the closest thing that I can remember that I was actually in attendance at, actually, Miss Kay Frank, my mother, was with me my freshman year at Tennessee, 2004.
Mm-hmm.
I invited her up to go to the Tennessee-Florida game, and I don't know. You go back and Google it, guys. 2004, Tennessee, Florida. It stands today as the largest crowd in Neyland Stadium history.
It's like 107,000.
I think it was more than that. Maybe you're right. It might have been 108. I don't know. But yeah, it was the most it's ever been. It'll never be that high again.
No.
I've never seen anything like this. We actually had good seats on like the 40, 50-yard line, looking straight down at, with seconds to go, Will Hoyt
Yeah,
to kick. First of all, he had missed an extra point. Do you remember this, David?
I do remember. I remember that whole day very well.
And it ruined everything. So we're down because he missed that extra point. He had a chance to redeem himself. Guys, I'm telling you, this was the greatest thing I've ever witnessed in my life as far as football is concerned. We're down. The clock's ticking. Fulmer says, get out there, Will Hoyt. Let's redeem yourself, man. He had, I think it was a 50-yard field goal.
It was long.
It was 50 yards. I think it was
Yes.
50 yards. I'll never forget. It was so quiet. The kick is in the air. When he makes that and we beat Florida with no time left, dude, I'm telling you, my eardrums were busted. I thought I needed to go to the hospital. It was the most insane thing I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
Yeah, my memory of that game, I remember before the kickoff. It was a primetime game on CBS, I believe, like 8:00,
Yes.
9:00. I remember going
Yeah.
to Hibbett Sports that day
Yeah.
and buying a number 7 Tennessee jersey, which is supposed to be Brent Schaefer, because I thought Brent Schaefer was going to be the future. I still have it today, and I have a picture that I actually wore last year to one of the Tennessee games, but I still have it. I remember going to Hibbett Sports and spending almost like $40 on that jersey. Think, oh my goodness, this is way expensive. Which now I would definitely spend $40 on a jersey compared to
$40 now.
Yeah, golly,
now they're like $150.
I know. Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, I bought a number 7 jersey at Hibbett Sports that day of the game, and kind of become a somewhat of a lucky jersey, I guess you can say.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't buying an aged one like 2 years later when Schaefer transferred.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Bobby's wondering real quick, what is the podcast again? It's called Good Ol' Rocky Talk.
Hey, Bobby, if you look down here scrolling, it's scrolling on the screen. You'll be able to spell it just like it is in the pocket. If you go to Amazon or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, it'll come back over here right now. Be sure to listen to the
official podcast.
Coming up. It's
there
right
it is.
there.
Good Ol' Rocky Talk.
OL Rocky Talk. TALK. And you'll find us on there, buddy.
Amazon, Spotify, Apple, and like I said, we just uploaded now on YouTube.
Dude, it's a fun podcast, man. We really have a good time with this. We're going to release it every Tuesday before game time. So we're going to, it's funny, it's informative, and, grab a cup of coffee, or wherever, if you're in the car commuting, like, it's a great time. We do about anywhere from 30 to 50 minute show, and it's awesome, man.
Yeah. It's awesome. Just, it's kind of, this is kind of a sample of what we do on the podcast a little bit.
This is kind of, what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'd love to have you subscribe, Bobby. Bill Bunn, I love being at the game when we beat Lou Holtz. Yeah.
Oh,
what year was that? I can't even remember. That was
2003, I believe.
Might be right.
Because Spurrier started in 05 or 0, because that was the night they retired Peyton Manning's jersey. I was at that game, and that's the first time South Carolina beat us in Knoxville since they joined the SEC. So I think it was like 03-ish.
Kevin Hucker was over there doing he's maxing out on bench while he's listening to Vol Society, I see.
There you go.
That big boy. That's
Very
right.
Good. Woo! Bill said, best game he's ever attended is when we beat Georgia with the Hail Mary. Yeah, absolutely.
That's crazy, man. What a man! Isn't football great?
I love it. Great memories, and we'll be talking about some of our favorite game.
Girls for the girls, baby. Let's go, baby. Girls for the girls.
Paul listens at the gym too. Paul is a big workout person. I follow him on his personal page, and he's done a great job of keeping up. I
used to work out when I was in high school and college. I used to lift and work out. I was very strong. They call me Tank Frank and all that good stuff. But now I'd rather be fat. You know why?
Yeah. What's that?
Man, you guys got to learn from me here. I'd rather be fat, man, because the thing is, you can't pull fat.
No.
You can pull muscle, but you can't pull fat. So
Wow.
keep that in mind, guys.
Absolutely.
All right. Who likes to pull a muscle? I don't.
I'm
Can't pull,
more cardio. I'm
can't
more.
pull fat, man. Let's go. Woo, man, we've had an incredible crowd tonight.
Yeah, doing great. Like I said, I see my Wi-Fi signal starting to drop a little. Hopefully, we're still good.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll see you. We're good.
yeah,
What else? Anything else, man? We are less than 24 hours away to
I
just.
know. I mean,
I'm so excited.
I don't know if I can sleep tonight, and I that's
It's a
exciting.
big day tomorrow, man. It's a big day, man.
Yeah. Are you going to do a reaction video? This is from me. As far as like from the missus.
Oh, reaction video. So, in case you guys were wondering, this is kind of where this started from. Why we came up with Ball Society. My wife is very good at strategically getting the camera out and recording like my reactions when the Tennessee Volunteers. Unfortunately, since I've known my wife, we've been terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
So my reactions are really bad. So when we do bad, I do bad things. I go nuts.
Appreciate it,
really,
Scott. Have a good night.
I'm
Sorry,
really
Daniel.
crazy. Yeah, man. Scott, have a good one, man. Thanks, man. So anyways, my wife started recording like all these reactions and she posts them online. And again, like I said, the Barstool Sports picked one up and it went viral. So yeah, the wife will definitely, I don't know. I mean, she might have a couple tomorrow night, but definitely the big games.
Yeah.
Right? She's good at it. She'll have them, and we'll post them. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm like a kid in a candy store. I mean, I'm really crazy. I'm crazy. I lose my mind. Another reason, again, on the podcast, I mentioned this. One reason why I'm on blood pressure medicine at the age of 37. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other volunteer fans out there that are just like that. It'll do it to you, buddy.
I know it. It's unreal.
What a show, David.
This has been great. Thank you, everybody.
I mean, I planned on being on for 10 minutes, and like, yeah, that didn't happen.
We've been on an hour almost. We're at 58:35. John says Pitt will be the first Brad Frank Drive Radio 2022. I think so.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. I got it, Matthew. Let's see. Let's go, Big Orange. Hope we have we're gonna have a great season, Matthew. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen, man. We're finally relevant again, so that's good. John Burroughs. Let's give a shout out to John Burroughs one last time. This dude is a beast. I'm gonna tell you a little quick story, man. I sent John Burroughs. I was on my keyboard behind me here. I was recording. I was actually trying to record, like, figure out some good recordings for our podcast intro song. So I was messing around. I kind of played Rocky Top a little bit and sent him a video of it on his phone. Said, "What about it, John? Let's go." This dude sends me a video back. All right, this dude sends a video back in his living room. He's a trombone player, by the way, guys, and we're talking like one of the best in the state of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this dude gets on there. Boom, 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 boom. Just playing rock.
Yep.
And it's to perfection.
Yeah.
The guy's insane, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you. Shout out to John Burroughs.
Yeah, absolutely.
A legend. A legend.
Absolutely. Yeah. I love the tuba part in Rocky Top. The dun 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 dun. Yes.
Boom 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 boom. Woo! It's the best thing, man.
Yep.
Come on, guys. I encourage everyone, get to the ball walk, cheer on the band. They deserve it. They're amazing.
Yes.
There's nothing like the pride of the Southland.
Pride of the Southland over. I can't remember what the number is. I think it's now about 400 now.
It's always been over 300 for sure. But
yeah, it's fantastic. Your brother was a member of the Pride of the Southland band.
Yep, he was freshman year. Yeah,
and some people, just
We know
random
a
people
lot
from
of people.
Indiana.
We know a
Yeah,
lot of people that's been in the band.
yeah.
It's awesome, man. They're the ones that set the tone, you know. So
Hmm. It's
what
gonna
else?
be.
Any other questions? Anything else you want to talk about, David?
No, I'm just like I said, just excited about tomorrow night. Just like I said, get back into football season. Like I said, we had that little bit of an appetizer last week with some football. We've had a couple weeks of high school football in the area. Tomorrow night, or excuse me, Friday night, McMinn plays Ray County in Athens. So
David, are
that,
you going to start doing? We talked about it. You should start coming out, look at some good, like a good game that's going to be the game of the week for high school football, and
yeah,
maybe we can do a Friday. Well, we do something every day of the week. Why don't you like kind of highlight a big game in the state of Tennessee?
all right. See, I could come up with like I said, I follow Max Preps, so I have like the entire state of Tennessee. Uh, I'm more familiar with the Knoxville, Chattanooga area where I live. I know a little bit of Nashville and Memphis.
Yeah,
I have a little connections from other people, so I'll try to break down, maybe just different areas. Like here's maybe for Memphis, here's maybe for Chattanooga, here's for Knoxville. Just kind of list 4 or 5 games to check out if you're in the area. Uh, I know if I had to pick one last week, I know Maryville and Powell was a big game last Thursday,
yeah.
which Maryville just blew out Powell in
Mhm.
that one. Um, wasn't a lot in the Chattanooga area and even the Knoxville area, but I think they're starting to pick up a little bit. So I'll definitely come up with something on Friday, and I'll write some games down and highlight some of these prep teams here in the Volunteer State. So we'll do that for Friday. So yeah, I'll start that.
David Morrison.
Yeah, yeah.
We have breaking news right now.
Uh-oh. What do we
We
got?
have, we have breaking news on Vol Society live right now.
Okay.
I have confirmation that John Burroughs will play Rocky Top live prior to the Georgia game this year.
Wow.
It's right here in a chat. He just said it. This is breaking news. And by God, I will hold him to it. So, John Burroughs, you're going to be on here with us prior to the Georgia game with your trombone, and I better hear Rocky Top, baby. Woo! Let's go. That's all I have to say about that. Breaking news, baby.
Here we go. Love it.
Any
Love
other
it. Love.
any other questions? Are we good?
I think we're good. That I can't. I don't know how you can top that.
That's breaking news, man.
Yeah. Real quick, I'll give you some key things as far as Ball State goes. I know we've kind of neglected them. I don't
Yeah.
expect much from it. They really focus on this guy named Carson Steele at running back. He had over 1,000 all-purpose yards last year. To me, it seems like that's where they're going to focus the offense. If Tennessee shuts him down, I don't see Ball State doing a whole lot. And I think this is great for the defense. Even kind of looking at their depth chart, they have like a very old school offensive style. They have a fullback listed in their starting lineup, a single running back, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. So it's very a throwback offense. So I think that's a good matchup for us. You know, defensively, it looks like they got 1, 2, 3. Looks like about 5, 6 guys from their defense returning back. Like I said, I'm not expecting much of a contest tomorrow night. I just want to see Tennessee go out there, play good football, play mistake-free football. I know it's the first game where you may have some crazy penalties. You want to pull your hair out from time to time. But, just play clean football. Nobody get hurt tomorrow. Like I said, we don't need somebody going out for the rest of the year because you got hurt during Ball State. And then get ready for Pitt coming up. Like I said, Pitt's playing at the same time tomorrow night against West Virginia. So we'll get a early look at them too. And just excited. This is a really good week 1 across college football. Like I said, we get our game out of the way. Some great games with Georgia and Oregon down in Atlanta. Cincinnati and Arkansas, that's now under a 3-point Arkansas favor. The line is very thin there. Utah and Florida, I'm very intrigued with. I want to see how Utah does down in the swamp. They're a playoff favorite. especially definitely a Pac-12 favorite. They won it last year, and they're favorite to repeat. Um, Florida State and LSU Sunday night down in Nolens should be a lot of fun. Uh,
John
Brian
Burrows
Kemp,
just posted. He's the I actually don't even know. John, are you the he's principal or assistant principal? He worked Walker
he's at Walker
Valley.
Valley.
I know
Yeah.
he's at Walker Valley, but he just posted they play McMinn County
October
14th.
14th. Yeah,
Okay,
that's in Athens.
that's
Yes.
at McMinn. John, I got to tell you, man. John was David. Did you hear about the game last week? They played God, who'd they play?
Bradley Central.
Bradley.
Yeah.
Almost beat them.
Yes. I was up in
A heartbreaker.
I was up at watching McMinn Central take on Tellico, and I was kind of following along, and I was cheering for Walker Valley so bad.
Absolutely, assistant principal. Thanks, John Burr. So they almost beat him. So here's my question. See, I'm not in the state anymore, guys, so I'm out of this. I don't know. I don't see firsthand like how good these teams are anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, David, in your opinion, and John, if you have some input, love to hear it. Will that be a matchup against McMinn? Is McMinn good this year? Can Walker Valley beat McMinn?
It could possibly happen. I saw Walker Valley play a 7-on-7 up here at McMinn County, and Walker Valley looked really good from what I saw. McMinn's right now 1-1. They had a heartbreaking loss to Cleveland last Friday night. It was like 6-3, the final score, 9-3. It was a wild, weird game for the most part. I'll find out. And then they blew out Central. So McMinn, I really don't know much about how they're going to do the rest of the year. Walker Valley, just from what I'm hearing, is supposed to have a really good team. So should be an interesting matchup on October the 14th. Walker Valley, we're talking about bands. They have probably one of the biggest bands in the state. I mean, it looks like a college football band.
Awesome.
I mean, it's unreal. I mean,
hey, no offense to McMinn, but we're a graduate McMinn, right?
Mm-hmm.
At one time, I remember, again, man, it goes back. You guys are going to think I owe John Burrow something here because of all the love I'm giving him. I call it like it is.
Yeah.
I always will, no matter what people think about me. I don't care. I call it like it is. Back in the day,
when I was there,
that and before,
yes.
David, I mean, McMinn band was elite. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal. It was a big deal. Now it's small, whatever. But
I hope the kids are having good memories there.
I do too. I do too. But I what I'm trying to say is I miss those days of a big band,
a rowdy Friday night crowd.
Rowdy Friday night crowd with just a big band in uniform. I miss that kind of stuff. I'm a big tradition guy. I miss that stuff. I know times have changed, but but again, man, it doesn't surprise me that Walker Valley's band is out of control and just big and just doing some good things, man. And I know John Burrow, shout out to his wife, man. I know she's done some great things where she's at. I can't remember the school. Is it you know where she's at? I'm sure John will tell me.
She was at Ocoee, I think.
It's Ocoee, but I just know, man. Like, it's people like that, man. We need in this world, man. Just to instill, these values of God, playing musical instruments, man, and just what it means to have the band there. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, man.
That's why I really love. That's what we're big about, the high school football here on Vol Society, just the Friday Night Light experience. And if you're a player or a band member or a cheerleader or on dance or even a parent, enjoy these Friday nights. These are great memories. John just responded.
So that's what I was trying to get at, John. Yeah, so it is Ocoee. So that makes total sense. That's why Walker Valley is what it is today. Because Kelly's.
I used to work for a company that was just 2 minutes down the road from Walker Valley, and
I try to follow the boroughs here and there, and I've seen like a lot of the stuff that the Ocoee. We're talking about a middle school here, right? And you think, middle school. What's a middle school? I'm gonna tell you right now, that's where it starts, man.
Yeah, that's where I started. Where it starts, and then
and then you go to the next level. But to get to that next level, which is high school, you need to have good leadership. Everything's leadership, man.
Absolutely.
Everything starts with leadership, and Kelly's crushing it. That's John Burrow's wife. Again,
Yeah.
man, and it makes total sense why Walker Valley is what it is today, man.
Yeah.
People like the Burrows just out there doing some good stuff, man. So love you guys, man. You guys are crushing it.
Yeah.
Love
Absolutely. Well, Brad, I think we'll go ahead and start winding it down. We're talking about McMinn and Bradley County area now.
Right? And look, we still have 10. I mean, we've had a crazy
Yeah,
viewership.
I'm thankful for our viewers. I know probably half of y'all don't know what we're talking about. Half of it,
All right.
thank you, but thank you for your support. Paul says I got 5 band members on my school bus, and I never seen a more passionate group of kids when it comes to band. Yeah, like I said, I'm a band nerd too.
How awesome is it that we're a football themed show here, and here we are. We got a huge fan base right now watching us talking about the band. See, I love putting it all together, man. Come on.
Yeah. Yes. That's funny, John. But yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll wind it down. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Brad, thank you very much for coming along. I know you're just only going to be on a few minutes, but we went an hour and 12 minutes tonight and still had double digits.
I couldn't get off, man. This was I could not get off the show because I'll be honest with you, I was having too much fun, man. This was great. I hope you didn't mind me taking over and
this was great.
The show, but I thought it was a lot of fun.
We've had more likes and reactions tonight than any video.
Yeah, I mean, this was incredible.
Yeah. Well, guys.
Awesome.
You guys, like
I said, shut it down, David. Shut it down until tomorrow, baby.
Yeah. Thank you, Brad. Like I said, tomorrow night, guys, 7:00, SEC Network, Ball State versus Tennessee. It's Christmas Eve for college football fans. It's here. Big Orange starts the 2022 campaign. Excited about it. Like I said, we'll do a special Vol Society live sometime Saturday. I'll give a little bit more better description. Find out tomorrow. It'll either be in the mornings or in the evenings. And then, like I said, please make sure you're following on our social media accounts. Pitt game is next week. Thank you, Kevin. Go Vols. Next Monday afternoon, Josh Heupel's press conference previewing Pitt. Good old Rocky Talk, episode 3. I will be back on, thankfully. So that'll be on Tuesday. Vol Society live next Wednesday night. Let's have a bigger show next week for Pitt. That's gonna be a big one.
Man, I may have to join again, David.
Yeah,
this is so much fun. I don't know what to say. Man.
Yeah. Tomorrow at 3:00, I will have Tailgate Thursday. The first episode is just a 5-minute video of previewing the college football week. That's going to be tomorrow, 4 hours before kickoff. It's going to be across our social media platforms. And then I'll do one for next week. And then also Friday, I'll come up with some high school football games for you to check out to watch in the area, wherever you live in the Volunteer State. And enjoy tomorrow, Vol fans. It is here. Brad's got the rock. He says 52-6. I'm going 52-10. It's here, folks. It's football time in Tennessee.
Let's go, guys.
I can't wait.
Let's go, guys.
Let's do it. Y'all have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to y'all throughout the week on Vol Society. Until next time, for Brad Frank, for David Morrison, for our entire Vol Society family, let's go. It's game time. And as always, good night.
Go Vols.
And go Vols.